Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 11th episode of the Islanders podcast. My name is James.
My name is Daniel.
And my name is Yen.
We are here 1 week later.
Yeah.
The same setup.
We've just
and
traveled
everything.
through the gate.
We traveled through time.
Time space.
Yeah. And Minnie is still here with us.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, I'm Minnie.
Yeah. So this week, or this section, we're going to talk about her travels in Spain.
Yeah.
And also her English learning experience.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the teaser for you guys. So first we're going to ask you about your English experience, okay?
Yeah, sure.
So, this podcast is
actually
a little bit about, learning English and how to be fluent in speaking English and such. And so we wanted to ask you your experience in this. Like, how did you learn English when you were little? Yeah. And even till now, what are the techniques that you use to learn English, maybe? Yeah.
I've been studying in a kindergarten that I can only speak English.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
a single language one.
It's
Instead
not
of a bilingual one.
Yeah,
No,
a lot
it's
of people
not
go to like bilingual kindergartens.
Yeah.
But then
Okay.
my mom sent me to
Maybe like
single
a
English.
international school or
International
something.
school, like something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so so speaking English is kind of it's like breathing sometimes for me, and I really enjoy speaking English. Yes, so
Oh, okay.
and also my mother is also an English teacher, so
Oh.
I will have
Wow.
to be speaking English.
So she
at home.
would speak English to you at home also?
Yeah, she'll be
Really?
tossing out phrases, words,
Oh,
and
okay.
oh, Minnie,
Wow.
do you know what does this words mean?
Oh, okay, okay.
I'll be like,
That's interesting.
no,
Yeah.
and she'll say that you don't know this word.
Okay.
So we are speaking English at home.
So is
Yeah.
your English better than your Chinese when you are a kid?
Sometimes I think I actually think quicker when I speak in English, and
Oh,
people
really?
have been telling me that, I think you actually speak English better than Chinese.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I think-
Especially when debating.
Yeah. I think that's quite some kind of ideal point we'd like to reach. So we can
Yeah.
think and also talk in English more fluently, and we can kind of organize our ideas in English in our brain. Yeah.
You're doing kind of good job.
But it's
you
hard.
guys.
It's hard for us. We have to kind of pay more
I
attention.
still don't know if
to
it's really
works.
achievable.
Yeah.
Because
Or maybe it's a point in nature.
maybe
or something.
sometimes you can only think in one kind of language, perhaps.
Yeah.
We
Maybe.
still don't know the limits of
Of our-
ourselves.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah, sometimes
But we
still-
try hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the English teacher kind of things happens as well in my English teacher in senior high school. She just told us she has two sons. One of them is Tony, one of them is Tom, and she always speak English to them when they're like having dinner or having breakfast, and her sons are just starting getting into junior high school, and they're kind of getting into the adolescence, the teenage time, and kind of very hate of having to communicate with their mom using only English.
Rebellious.
They're rebellious. Yeah, very hard. And she's just complaining to us. She's having a hard time with her sons. And we're always thinking about you could try to just speak Mandarin with them.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
sometimes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I still think it's very hard to use English in a live
Yeah.
setting here in Taiwan
Yeah, that's true.
because you still speak Chinese.
You don't have
outside.
the
Yes.
environment
And
to use
everything, yeah.
English.
Because you can survive better if you speak Mandarin in
Oh, yeah,
Taiwan.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
but if you travel abroad or you travel to some country, especially when you travel to somewhere really far away and they speak
Yeah,
English and they
only-
understand no Mandarin,
Mandarin.
you have to speak English, and it
Yeah.
pushes you to think and
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
that
yeah.
language.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
my
that's true.
theory is the language you need to get food with.
Yes.
Yes.
Is the
That's
language,
also
is
my
the language
theory.
that you can perfect quickly here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So after kindergarten, did you go to like a normal, maybe elementary school or something?
A normal elementary school, and I
Okay.
went to cram school for English.
Ah.
Oh, so you also
Yes.
went
English.
to cram for.
True for us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
and
too.
it's when I started to having some arguments with my mom, like,
Oh, really?
you're an
Oh.
English teacher, why do you have to send me to a cram school that teach English?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
It's very different. you
yeah,
know.
her
that's very
opinion is
This
that
debate is also happened at my house.
yes,
So
yes.
my dad wanted my brother to be taught by my mom, who is also like an English
English
teacher.
teacher.
native English speaker.
But it's more systematic in cram schools.
Yes, and they have
Yeah.
they have native speakers there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so
Uh-huh.
I've been really familiar to talk with these foreigners.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sometimes I think the problem that the kids don't want to be told by their parents.
Yeah.
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 Sometimes it'll
that's
be part
also
of
true.
yeah.
It's harder to control
hard to
your
control
kids, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Mhm.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe they feel more maybe they think the home is a place where they can
Rest.
Yeah,
Relax.
rest and relax.
Yes.
And your mom speak English to you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, James, go to bed.
But I think it's very normal. It's not like a subject for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
actually
yeah,
not
yeah.
that bad.
Yeah.
Like, did English interest you when you were little? Or you were thought of it as like a subject or something that you needed to learn?
I like speaking English, and
Mhm.
I have to as I mentioned, I have to speak English to ask the teacher if I can go to the toilet or
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the single language.
the single language.
so you would say like you were half
I have to
forced
survive.
into.
Yes,
You have to get food.
I have to get food.
But that's only half of the equation, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
after elementary school, it's really, you still have a lot to learn in English.
Yes.
So how did you bridge the gap between that and now, maybe?
I've been feeling that I'm not improving after elementary school. I sometimes
really?
think my English is even better when I'm in elementary school
Oh,
than
really?
now. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because in elementary school, when I was in elementary school, I have to talk to foreigners like almost every day in cram school.
Yeah.
But when I
Get
went
into
to
junior.
junior high and senior high, although I also study in a Catholic school, that there are also foreigners in our school, and
Oh,
some of my
okay.
classmates they speak good English too. But
Uh-huh.
You just don't speak with each other. We
yeah,
just
it's
speak
kind of
English.
weird. Like we
Yeah.
can communicate in Mandarin. Like your classmates might think,
yeah.
"What are you guys
It's,
doing?"
Yeah, it was a little hard for us in the
Yes.
first few episodes, to switch from
From
Chinese,
Chinese
to
mode
English
to
suddenly.
English mode.
Yes,
It was a little strange for us,
because sometimes people might say like peers and friends, they might say, "Oh, you're trying to show that
Show
you're."
off,
Yeah,
show
yeah,
off your
true, true,
skills.
also,
Oh,
yeah.
are you?
Other people's opinion just
Yes.
matters too. Yeah.
Yes, it matters.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
so now I'm in uni,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sometimes when I travel, I feel that my English is coming back to myself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
to me. But then, like we'll be talking about Spain later, right?
Yeah.
And when I was in Spain, I think in English. So my English is really
Really
good
improved.
there.
Yeah.
I can feel that. I can feel that in my skin, in my muscles. That my
Yeah.
English is in my
Oh,
brain.
that's very cool. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
It comes to you first before
Yes.
any other
Yeah.
Chinese
But now
thoughts,
I've
right?
been back home for like a month, and
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
it's just dropped. Your
dropped.
English ability just
Okay.
dropped directly.
Just dropped.
Yeah.
They just fled away from me. Sad.
Yeah. So you haven't tried any like kind of
So it didn't have
supplementary
any
things.
supplementary content for
Yeah.
yourself.
I enjoy listening to podcasts.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, podcast listener gets.
Yeah.
What do you listen to?
TED Talks
TED
daily.
Talks.
Oh,
Okay,
I listened to
Talk.
that too.
And like
There's like a
these
TED Talk
videos.
radio on
Yeah, TED
ICRD.
Talk. Yeah,
I
yeah.
also I
Oh, yeah.
listen to that. Yeah.
I always play that in the morning and do
Mhm.
other things. I'm preparing to leave my
Yeah.
dormitory.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think listening really matters. It really helps in
Oh, yeah.
language
And
learning.
True.
you need input. Yeah.
Yes, like for an example, like what my mom does at home is that she will always turn on the radio, an
Yeah.
English radio, like
Always,
ICRD,
like, always on.
to wake me up. So
Really?
Okay.
it's what happens in my home.
Okay. That's cool.
I kind of like it because it's really noisy and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
English time.
but maybe you're starting to hate it because it's become the alarm that wakes you up. I hate everything that wakes me up.
Really.
I set a song into the alarm that wakes me up. I was starting to hate that song. I would change another song.
But it's like because
It's like you get nervous when that song plays.
yeah.
Like for me too, I can't listen to that song anymore.
Yeah.
I used to love that song. Yeah.
But the hosts on the radios are always energetic.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it
Oh,
brings
yeah.
you the mood that, oh yeah, time to wake up.
You know you know Joseph Lin?
Oh, you said
He's
the
a DJ
host,
at
right?
ICRT,
Yeah.
and he's like a great influence for me
Ah.
personally. And the reason why I want to do this is partly because
Jesus.
I've listened to him since I was a little kid. Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Aside from radios,
Yes.
is there other like techniques or other like reading or stuff, other inputs you take?
I also read novels,
English novels.
English novels.
Oh.
Yes, but
But it doesn't help in speaking, right?
yeah, it doesn't help in
Yeah.
speaking. Yes.
Mhm.
So for speaking, I think for me, listening to some English
Oh,
songs
yeah,
also
yeah.
helps.
Yeah,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Because you're like the rhythm and the beat
Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
help you
beats
to
helps you.
like memorize these terms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
sometimes slangs, like
Ooh.
you don't
Mhm.
really
You
learn
don't really
slangs
get
from
it, yeah.
from reading
Phrases and
Yeah,
and
phrases.
such,
phrases. Yes.
Like for me, it's it used to be like Discovery Channel on
yeah,
television,
on television.
and a lot of BBC content.
But there will be subtitles under there, right?
no, we
You
turn
will,
off
it's on this- turn off
the
subtitles.
subtitles.
Oh.
And after like a few years, we went to YouTube actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
The internet
YouTube is a
started-
great source for
Yeah.
English learning, and it allows you to learn English in a setting that you like. You know, perhaps like you are interested in video games or you're interested in playing guitar. It doesn't matter, but everybody will speak like same good
Same
English,
good
and you can
English,
learn from different channels and all that.
Yes.
And actually, like I started to learn guitar like last semester. I watched kind of a free tutorial. It's from the Justin Guitar, and he just taught guitar in English, and I listened to that content, and I can play guitar. And I think that's the kind of the main usage. The best scene of using a language is that you just use the language to do something else. Yeah. Overall, I think your experience is really cool. That's like for me, English is more like a skill, but not like I listen about your feelings, like most like another nature for you. So
Mhm.
But I won't say that I'm
Yeah.
having good English now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still not a native speaker, and
Yeah.
yeah, like every language learner will be hoping to
to become
a
more
native speaker
Yeah,
one day.
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
that maybe there's a part of something in our brain, and it will grow when we just speak
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
And we'll stop using it. We'll just shrink.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It shrinks.
it shrinks.
If
And
you don't
or
use it.
become stupid at English speaking or something.
Yes.
But I think like the advantage we have over
Yeah.
like some other people is that we are, for as long as we remember, we have spoke English.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
English have been a part of us.
Part of us.
For,
Part of
for
our
so
lives.
long. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and that's really great.
yeah.
Yeah.
so we should, encourage everybody to speak out.
Speak out
loud, right?
And actually, I think like us, just starting a podcast or just speaking, trying to say something is a really good way for
Oh, I'm
practicing
having-
your English.
I'm having some clips on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
So you were like a vlogger, right? You did an episode.
It's actually a homework.
Oh, okay. I know.
For
It's
my
a
department.
homework
It's
for
homework
for
for-
school, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
school.
You
But
have
I'm
to speak
enjoying it.
English,
I have
yeah.
to speak. I have to introduce something in English.
Yeah.
So it's an English course or something.
It's an English speaking course.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to record a vlog, like a vlog every
Like a vlog.
weekly,
Yeah. Just
and
no.
upload it.
Just
just for one.
once.
Ah,
Yeah.
So how was it like talking to a camera?
yeah, we haven't talked to
Yeah.
a camera before.
Really?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just talk to microphones.
I try to be a vlogger when I travel to Japan
Oh.
in May this
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
and it's kind of fun because you're holding the camera and you're walking at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be
Be
aware.
careful of the road. Right?
Yes, be
Okay.
really careful. And
Yeah.
because I traveled to Kyoto.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
there are also a lot of foreigners, so people will be walking walking past
Or just
me.
just pass through.
Yeah,
Do
they
people
heard-
look at you weird,
Weird,
or something?
yeah.
No, they heard me speaking English and they
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
asked me, "Where do you come
Yeah,
from?"
from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's a quite cool experience. You can
That's
have
cool.
interaction with
Yeah.
tourists. Yeah.
Yeah, because of being a
A vlogger.
vlogger.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I tried to kind of doing vlog by myself when I traveled to the UK
Mm-hmm.
this summer, but I felt that I just ran out of my RAM. I cannot just look at camera and have some talks in Mandarin with my family members and also speaking English to them.
Yeah, you have to have imaginary friends.
Yeah, yeah, there's so many things to do when you're doing the vlog. Yeah, and you have to think about what you're going to talk. Yeah, they're really hard. They're really, really hard.
It will be better if you have a companion by your side.
Yeah. And then they just shoot the content, the video content for you. Yeah.
Yeah, or they talk to you.
Yeah, or they talk to you.
Yes. They interact with you.
Interact with you. Yeah. It's really hard.
So I would like to ask, when I was a student, I paid lots of attention on memorize new vocabulary and learn some new grammar.
Yeah.
So did you do the same thing when you was a student in high school?
I'm always not really good at vocabularies.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
grammar, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
grammar.
because the words I have now in my brain, they are enough for me to survive.
Yeah, to survive.
use,
To get food.
to get food, to talk to foreigners, to talk to friends. But sometimes when I discover some really fantastic words, like
Ah.
particular words that I would like to keep them in my
My
mind
mind.
to have some input, I would write them on my head.
And it's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
to do. Yeah.
yeah,
And
I would try to memorize them.
Yeah, and I think in this point, like we are now, like
Yes.
personally, I always feel that though my like the fluency of English speaking is getting better and better throughout the podcast process.
Yes.
But actually,
The
my vocabulary doesn't
didn't
expand.
increase.
Yes,
I have to kind of take some pills or something.
you still
just
have to have input.
yeah,
from
well, I still
some
have to
other
have
places.
yeah, and I have to remember them and remember how to use them.
It's
so.
even harder right now. I think.
Yeah.
because we're growing old.
Yeah, we lose the plasticity in our brain.
And also, I would say maybe when we're like in school, those vocabularies are kind of organized in the book or maybe in something that, and all of the vocabularies, like maybe 90% of the vocabularies in the textbook, maybe are not familiar with them, and we're like learning new things when we're reading. But like for now, we can understand most contents, but
Yes.
there are some vocabularies that you kind of hard to figure out, and sometimes maybe they're kind of in specific field, like the and also some literature words, and you just don't use them. So
You just skip them.
you just forget them. Yeah, so I think it's hard. But I'm trying to find some way to kind of figure out this problem.
Yeah.
Just trying to fix this.
Yes, that's also true when I taking an IELTS exam.
Oh yeah.
Yes, since after high school, I didn't expand my vocabulary.
For a long
But-
time, yeah.
Yeah, for a long time, but I found out it's still quite enough to take IELTS exam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I figure out that it's more like I'm started recollected the vocabularies I have seen before, but I just not fully familiar with it. But I've seen that vocabulary. I would try, and if I see that again or read it through some content,
Yes, maybe
or
you
hear it,
know
Yes.
the
and I would just
vocabulary,
pick it up.
but
Yeah.
you just cannot
You just cannot actively use
cannot
it.
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it happens.
It happens.
Like, how do you come up with like sentences or words on the
Yeah.
fly, like real time?
Like
Come
real
up
time.
with these words.
with his hard words, maybe.
With these hard words,
Uh huh.
for
Like even with simple sentences,
sentences.
like how do you like come up with them in such a short time? You know,
with these hard words,
no, like sentences in English, maybe.
So how's your mind working when you are speaking English?
my mind.
Yeah.
working. Sometimes I like when I speak. I normally don't use these really
Yeah.
really
Tough
difficult words.
Yeah,
Yes.
difficult words.
So when I'm speaking in English, I try to express myself in really simple words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really use these like difficult words when I speak.
High level.
Uh-huh.
part.
Yes, high level words. But when I compose an essay,
Yeah.
Right,
And if you want
message.
to,
Oh, yeah, it's much easier when
more
you're
easy.
right.
Yeah.
But you know, when we started this podcast, it was hard for us to even come up with sentences, like normal
That's really
sentences.
true.
Yeah,
Oh.
If you can try to listen to
Mhm.
kind of first two episodes.
yeah.
Yeah, I will.
It's
I
a little
sure
bit
will.
awkward.
It's a bit
Okay,
awkward. Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let's start from 5. maybe. Okay. Yeah.
Or just delete the Black history we have
Yeah. It's horrible.
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have a question for you. So, how did you get your job at the International Children Games?
Oh,
So this was the surprise question.
The
Maybe,
surprise
you know.
question. Like at first we have to send our a video of ourselves speaking English
Uh-huh.
to the group. That,
Oh, okay.
That to the manager,
Mhm.
and then they pick some people. They pick 40.
So you had to go to interview.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Wow,
40,
that was
and then
impressive.
interview for 20. 40 out 20 out of 40.
Okay.
And then these 20 people, we have courses of hosting for.
Oh, so you went to a course.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
That's cool.
They invited a professional host,
Yeah.
Oh,
a
okay,
bilingual
okay.
host.
Uh-huh.
She hosts she hosts in both English and Chinese.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's cool.
And then
cool.
she trained us for
Oh.
half a year.
Okay.
And then and it comes to the finale.
Uh-huh.
Um
The show, right?
I think we picked
The opening.
8 out of 20.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
okay.
There's the finale.
That's a hard.
And then how did you
Yes.
get to like the
Competition.
final 2 people?
Like they need 8 people
Uh-huh.
for everything. They
Oh,
have
okay.
okay. For the red carpet.
Uh-huh. So
I'm in
different
I'm in
events,
charge
right?
of the red carpet,
Yeah.
and there are hosts.
opening, right?
Yeah, the opening.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and also for the end, the
Oh, the closing
closing.
ceremony.
Yes, the closing ceremony.
Yeah.
Yes. So, another audition for the
Yeah,
final
for
8.
Final 8.
Yes. And
Wow.
Oh,
Hard.
that's cool.
yeah, it's
Competitive.
competitive and
Was it fun though?
it's fun. It's
Okay.
fun.
Exciting.
So were you like very nervous at the event?
I was kind of nervous, but
Okay.
it's something that I have been longing for
Oh,
so
okay,
long.
okay.
Yes,
That's
like
cool.
being on TV.
Wow, that's
Okay.
so cool.
Like-
That's so cool. Speaking English. To
Also, I want to remind you, you're on YouTube actually.
Oh, you look.
So I actually,
I look.
not to sound like a weird guy or something.
Sort of a
Actually,
public.
in preparation of today, I actually did some homework.
Oh, I took a long time for. It took a long time for me to have the courage to check up the video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because I put really heavy.
You also had to
Yeah.
interview like the
Yeah.
the
yeah,
government
to
official or
governments,
something.
yes.
Yes.
Right,
Yes. But
Yeah, the really kind of official talking.
Yeah, you did a great job though.
Yeah.
yeah,
You did a
thank
great
you.
job. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's the criteria to become this host? Except English ability.
Perhaps I'm kind of cute. No,
Well,
Wow.
that's really there.
Really?
it's a joke. It's a joke. You have, because it's not behind the scene. You are in front of everybody, and you have to. It's sometimes also like acting in somehow because you have to show that you're energetic, like you talk in a lively way, and then you are welcoming to these people from all over the world. So you have to show that you have the
The
you
good-
have the
having
yes,
the good part of this.
enthusiasm to be in part of the
Yeah,
in be part of the international games.
And
children's
you
games.
you represent the whole kind of the whole
Taiwan,
association,
maybe.
the Taiwan, yeah,
New
the
Taipei
image,
City in
yeah.
Taiwan.
Uh-huh.
That's really
Yes.
cool. So the talk that I came up with an idea about this. So maybe we can try to kind of hold a workshop for like an English, or maybe not English in English, maybe a host workshop.
Like a Toastmasters.
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
ask. Maybe,
I was thinking about that and ask
Yeah.
everybody to subscribe to us, right?
subscribe. And just ask the students that comes to the workshop we hold, and maybe they can introduce our podcast to them and do
Yeah.
something like that, and we can improve our skills through the workshop too.
Have some coffee, have some
Maybe.
podcasts.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
That's
Dora
true.
does a great job.
Dora.
Dora,
So how
Who's
is
Dora?
she?
the cartoon character.
Oh,
Dora
Dora
Really, the
Explorer.
Dora the Explorer.
Yes, always talk positively and lively.
Yeah.
So maybe we can hold a workshop to learn from
Yeah, I think
Dora.
a workshop
More.
is a good idea.
It's a good
great
idea.
Good
Yeah,
idea.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So one more thing I want to ask is, you are a double major in a foreign language department, right?
Yes.
So what drives you?
So I also went to an interview for foreign language departments at NTU.
NTU.
Yeah, and I got accepted, but ultimately I went to like engineering, which
Engineering
is something
department.
very different.
Very
yeah.
different. Totally different.
Like the reason why I went to engineering is because they taught like English literature a lot
Yes.
at NTU, right? So I
Yes.
wanted to ask like what is the main focus academically in NTHU's literature department?
foreign
Yeah,
language.
foreign literature department.
In my observation,
Do you
Yeah,
teach
yeah.
like a lot
I
of
would say it's
literature?
literature work too.
Also, okay.
So you're reading
Yes.
Greek mythologies or maybe like a lot of
Iliad.
Iliad. Ooh, Iliad? Really?
Yes, something like that. But
Oh,
also
okay.
American literature
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and 18th century literature.
Read the
It's-
British
Okay.
I'm
British
studying this
encyclopedia or something.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. But some
Do you find that interesting?
Yeah.
novels are interesting.
Novels
but
are interesting.
So how about Shakespeare?
I like Shakespeare.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
like Shakespeare. I kind of like Shakespeare because my another major is sociology,
Yeah.
and we study something about
Ah,
Shakespeare.
the ancient English, right?
ancient,
Britain.
ancient,
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
ancient.
something like
Yeah,
that.
and but like people studying in a sociology field and people studying the literature field, they think in different
Very
ways.
totally different way.
Totally
yeah.
different ways. So it's really fun and interesting. Sometimes tiring, but I still enjoy it to think in both ways.
Okay,
Ah,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
That's very interesting.
Okay, we'll now have a short break and we'll come back after the break to talk about Spain, with
Spain.
Minnie. Okay? So we'll see you later.
See ya.
See ya.
Welcome back.
Welcome back here.
So in this section, we want to talk about your journey in Spain, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really
So
cool,
would you
really
like
cool
to
trip.
share what you did in Spain? You went to like this
Name.
route, right? Do you want to
Yes.
share?
Yeah.
It's a famous route in Europe. Like Europeans, when they're on holidays, they might be walking
yeah.
this route.
Uh-huh.
And the name of the route is called Camino de Santiago.
Camino
Wow.
de Santiago.
It's Spanish,
Camino.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
translate.
It means the way to Santiago.
Yeah.
The way to
Santiago.
Santiago is the destination.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's a cathedral in Santiago,
Oh.
Santiago de Compostela, which
Mm-hmm.
means stars shining on Santiago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The
It's a cool
poetry,
name,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, and to be more specific, I'm actually walking the Francis way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Francis
okay.
way. I
So-
start from France.
Oh.
France.
Oh, you start
So
from
he's-
France,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
So he's
the
a
border.
saint, right? Francis.
Francis.
Yeah.
Camino.
The Francis.
So you flew to
Francis,
where?
yes.
Where
I
did you
flew
fly
to
to?
Paris.
Okay, Paris.
And then I took the train
Okay.
to the border, Saint Jean Pied de Port.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
And started the journey.
and started walking.
Wow.
That's cool.
And yeah, and there's actually many different ways, like the Camino
I heard of that, the
Portuguese and
Portuguese.
many other.
Yeah.
Yes, Camino del Norte.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And so I started as a newcomer to the Camino. I started from the
hardest.
no. It's the most popular
Ah,
and famous
yeah,
one.
okay.
Yes, and
Uh-huh.
I think it's maybe it's the easiest one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
So do you want to share the
Like
statistics?
how long the
maybe?
distance,
Like
the
how long
numbers.
is the distance?
Yeah.
And
Um,
how many days do you have to complete it?
Officially, it's 778 kilometers
Okay.
No way.
on the certificate.
That's
Yeah, but
crazy.
I got 779 on mine. I don't know.
Oh,
what happened.
okay.
Yes, and I completed it in 28 days.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
So if we do the math, it's like 28
It's like 28
kilometers a
Every
day
day.
at least, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
although it's written on officially
Certificates,
it's
yeah.
778, but actually you walk more
More
than
than
that,
that.
because
Oh,
you
okay.
might miss, you might get lost, and you might
yeah,
walk
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Oh,
cities.
yeah, yeah, true.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a lot. And I walked another additionally 90 kilometers to the ocean.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
So you continued your
My journey
So-
after the
Yeah.
cathedral.
So actually,
cool.
the true destination of you is that maybe at the port or something.
For me,
For me.
in my heart,
Yeah.
my journey will end at the ocean.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Okay.
really cool.
Yes.
Very, very
So
cool.
are you a Christian or
I know.
Oh no, so you just did it for fun, right?
For finding myself.
Oh, okay.
Spiritual.
Spiritual.
Inspiration.
Ascendance.
Yes,
Yeah.
and people like it's really common. Like when you're walking and you might meet people and you'll be
Yeah.
talking with each other, and they might
Oh.
ask you, "Why are you walking on the
Yeah,
Camino?"
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
then my answer sometimes will be like, I am 20 years old this year, and I would
Yeah.
like,
A ritual for you to grow
yeah,
up.
this year to be something really different.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to have a common 20-year-old year.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to do this too. Yeah, it's
Yes.
a very
Yeah.
interesting ritual.
Too late.
Yeah, but
So,
I've done something when I'm 20. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are no longer young. Okay.
Yeah.
But I've done that, so that's I've finished the quest. Yeah.
Okay.
So did you have any physical change after the journey?
Yeah. Have strong legs.
I've been challenged by blisters. I got lots of blisters
Oh, so on your feet, right?
on my feet,
Wow.
at the bottom of my feet.
Mm.
Like,
Wow.
but the story have to start on the first day
Uh-huh.
to
Okay.
get over the mountain of Pyrenees.
Okay.
Yes. For me, not for most people on the Camino.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The day I get up to the Pyrenees, we are having thunderstorm,
Really?
raining a lot,
Oh.
and
So there's thunderstorm there, and you get on the mountains.
yeah, it's foggy.
That's dangerous, right?
That's really
It's-
dangerous.
It's dangerous, but you can still move. You can
Yeah.
still walk, and they are not stopping you from getting up there.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
it's like, yeah, you can still get up there, and you're hearing sounds of sheep and cows,
Thunders.
and also thunders, and I'm
yeah.
yeah, I'm
boom,
thinking, why am I here?
Wow,
Really
so
cool.
epic.
So
Yeah,
epic.
but although I'm thinking like, why am I here? I want to go home, but I'm not feeling like quitting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're just walking to the midway, so
Yes, because you can't see anything up there.
really.
At some point,
Yeah,
at some
yeah.
time,
It's too foggy.
too foggy. But it's really interesting that when I reach on top of the mountain, it's sunny.
Ah,
okay.
You're just
Yes.
past the clouds, right?
I passed the clouds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really
The,
cool.
the clouds,
That's a
and
cool
then
experience.
there is no more rain on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mountains
yeah, yeah.
anymore.
Wow.
Yes.
It's higher than the mountain is actually higher than the clouds, where the cloud aggregates up there.
I think it's just like
It's just like oh,
the
okay.
the clouds of the thunderstorm just went
Just
away.
went away, yeah,
yes, and like you actually have to carry food, like some
yeah,
food
yeah, yeah. Some
for
supplies
you.
for
And
you.
clothes, maybe,
Supplies,
right?
Yeah.
food supplies, yeah, for
Okay.
you along the way. So
And rain, so your clothes get wet.
yeah, and I'm carrying 10 kilos of my
Wow,
package.
10
Yeah,
kilos.
my package is
Wow.
10
And
kilograms.
walks onto the mountain.
Yeah, every day I walk totally 33 days with my
With a
10
10
kilo
Wow.
kilo bag.
That's
backpack.
cool.
Yes.
So where did you live at
Sounds-
night?
Um,
In a tent or?
we live in something called albergue. It's
Uh-huh.
a bit like a hostel.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So it's,
but
it's
it's
for the
cheaper.
people to walking down Camino.
It's for pilgrims. We call
Oh,
ourselves
pilgrims.
pilgrims.
Pilgrims, okay.
Yeah, pilgrims. They walk the Camino.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Wow, that's really cool.
And it's cheap, and sometimes it's donativo, which means
Yeah,
you
you don't
donate.
have-
you
you
just have to
donate.
donate.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it makes it easier for people to do this kind of travel.
Yes,
right?
there are also some.
Otherwise,
some
28
videos
days
on-
is
Yeah.
very expensive, right? If
Yeah.
you live in
in
hotels or
hotels.
something.
Yeah.
So if we did not mention it before, she went on this all by herself, right?
Yeah.
So this is one curious point. I want to know the conversation between you and your parents. Okay. So
Oh.
this is very.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
curious about this, right?
They
So
were
were they
support-
supportive or?
I told my mom first.
Okay.
because,
yeah, yeah, yeah. kind of more acceptable for you.
she's acceptable. Like just like when I'm thinking of going to Tanzania,
yeah.
we are also
Having
discussing
conflict, yeah.
about like traveling to a foreign country, and maybe
Yeah.
it's kind of dangerous.
Uh-huh.
And at first my mom said, "Oh, I would
Consider.
I would if you go to somewhere like Japan or Korea on your own, I won't be
Okay for
that
that,
worried.
yeah.
I would like support you for everything."
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm feeling like, should I? But then it's kind of too easy for me to travel
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
yeah,
these Asian countries.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I would like to
Have a challenge.
have a challenge. And
yourself.
I've seen the Camino on a Korean TV
Ah.
show, and then I also tell this to my mom.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
she also check up on the internet about
about
many
Caminos.
information
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Camino,
yeah.
and then I think I persuade her successfully.
Okay.
Just have a very good strategy, just kind of step by step. Reveal more information about this, and
Yeah, and I
ask.
try to let her know that it's not that dangerous,
for
on
your
Camino
own,
de
yeah.
Francis.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
on the way I'm walking, and but I met lots of people along the way, and they've been saying something like, "Oh yeah, I really admire your parents too. I not only
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you're really courageous.
Not
your
only
parents
you
are
are brave, but your
Yes,
parents
very
are also brave
brave.
too.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Let you
yeah.
go on alone.
yeah, I'm really thankful for that too.
hmm
Yes.
So just like I think remember that's one night maybe last semester, and I was maybe having I think dinner or lunch with around a lot of people, and I was just get onto you having a chat, and you said that you're going to go to Camino, and I said what where's that place? I've never heard about it, and I Google it. So wow. And I thought they might be a thought or something, and you're just thinking about it. So
Yeah.
I just that's very, very cool. And totally forgot about this. And last time I see your IG post and
Yes.
Instagram post, and you're going to kind of step over the stormy mountain.
Yes.
And I was like, what the?
I'm there. I'm walking.
That's just crazy for me. That's hard to imagine that you're just at that place and you're starting to walk, and for the whole, I say for the whole month. So,
Yeah.
Wow, that's really really cool for me. Yeah.
Well, for me, the most something that discouraged me from traveling is the fee. And
The fee. Yeah. You have to
So-
pay some money for something to eat. something
so
to-
did your
to live.
parent pay for your journey, or you earn your own fee?
They pay for my insurance.
Insurance? Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
must. Yeah, for
And I withdraw money from the bank.
for the
A
bank.
lot. Yeah, from the post office, because
Yeah.
I got red envelopes every year since I
So save that
So-
to the
I
deposits. Yeah.
withdraw all the money that I've been
Accumulating
accumulating
for a
for
couple of years.
couple years.
All of them just
Yes.
for
Yeah.
your 20th.
Yeah, but
I think it's worth it. You know.
Yeah.
You
it's really
True.
worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You earn the money back easily after you.
After you kind of
go-
started
Yeah, and
work.
all the
on work.
memories, they mean
After
so
you get
much
a
more than the
job,
money.
right. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And you're paying these monies for like your ritual,
Experience.
your
Yes.
experience.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would
And
be good.
like Spanish people I'm meeting along the
Yeah.
way, they're being curious about. They've been asking me questions like, "Are you a YouTuber in Taiwan?"
Oh, okay.
or you
There's
you
only
should be
YouTubers have
writing.
this kind of money.
No, they because I've been walking into some restaurants
Oh,
and I've
okay.
been saying hi with everyone
Oh.
because
Yeah.
it's amazing that everyone I meet, everyone I know are in that restaurant. So
Oh,
I've been saying
okay.
like
Oh,
hi,
yeah.
hi, and they're
Yeah, yeah.
curious about that.
That's
Wow,
cool.
you know everyone.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm writing diaries, keeping diaries along the way, and they like people are encouraging me to along the way that you should be sharing these stories out to
Yeah,
other
yeah,
people,
that's really
and
true.
you should be
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
should be writing a
That's
bestseller in
really
Taiwan. Like,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Like when Crystal went to Africa.
Africa. She
Yes.
also
She had
wrote
a-
some blog posts.
Yeah, she had
Yeah.
a website all to herself, and she wrote like blog posts on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's true
Very
for
interesting.
any journey or any maybe challenge you want to take for yourself. You have to record what you think, what you thought at that moment.
Yeah.
And when you kind of trace back, and you will feel that kind of more inspiring and more finding yourself. What is thinking in your mind at that time,
And
at that
maybe
moment.
inspire others.
Inspire others.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess what? You're all in my record.
Record.
So.
Yeah. Will be on YouTube.
Yeah.
At
Anyways,
this point, yeah.
yeah. So you must have met a lot of interesting people on the journey. Do you want to
Yes.
share some stories, maybe?
I've been walking with people from Romania, Germany, and like I also met some Taiwanese, but at the
Really?
at the really end of my
Oh,
journey.
okay.
So
I
there's Taiwanese going to.
Yes, Taiwanese are getting more and more Taiwanese along
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
but I've been always talking with these
Foreigners.
European friends and also friends from America, like that. Oh, I'm not meeting any Taiwanese along the way. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the best part of my journey is that some people they might be willing to cook and cooking
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
really lessen the cost of eating of the meal.
So
Oh,
cook
yeah.
together.
Meal every day.
Yeah.
Yes. They'll be
Oh,
cooking
man.
and I'll
Yeah.
be doing the dishes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
They've been that's
That's
really
really cool.
funny is that someone once said that they are really happy to cook along the Camino because there's always someone volunteering.
Yeah, to
do
do the
the dishes.
dishes.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
Yes, because
I mean, like most
can't-
people who like to cook hate to do
Hate to do the dishes.
Yeah.
And it's just the trivial part for
Yeah.
the whole cooking
Yeah.
process.
But
So
I
it's
can't
nice
really
to
cook. So
exchange for yeah.
For
Yes.
dishes, yeah.
yes.
It's
So-
like it's more. I think it's very like mountain climbing, like hiking. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I went hiking with my family and with my dad and mom, and
Yeah.
lots of people they will have a bring some they will bring some gadgets there to on the top of mountain to cook something or maybe make some tea or make some coffee or some they're just everyone's relaxed there and chat with each other and they're just around the fire and cook something. And
Yes,
that's a really
yes.
cool experience. It's a magic moment, I would say.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Although I've said that we live in albergues, but
Yeah.
you can actually carry your tent with you.
Tent.
Yeah, some
Really.
people carry their tent because although I'm traveling from Taiwan to Spain to walk the Camino,
Yeah.
but many Europeans start from their home. They start from Switzerland, they start
Oh.
from Germany or even England.
So start from their home and
Ireland.
walk all the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Like I've met
From England.
fantastic people.
They just swim
Yes.
over.
Across,
They just
English
swim
Strait,
across
right?
the English
I
Strait.
haven't figured out how did they cross the ocean, but and I've met a couple from France.
Yeah?
They've been walking for 2 months already.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe they're from
Months.
middle
So maybe
their
they started
home.
from Paris.
Paris or some place.
I think they started from I forgot the
forgot.
name.
Yeah,
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 Okay.
a French
the French city. yeah.
city.
So did you group together and take
Walk together.
Walk
yeah.
together.
I enjoy the moments walking with people, but sometimes you would rather enjoy walking by yourself.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's sometimes really funny, really interesting that you'll be walking for like 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Cars will be passing you, but you'll be just yourself walking. Like
Yeah.
you won't see anyone. Like
Really straight on paying a lot of attention on just walking.
yeah, but you'll be kind of a bit bored, so
Yeah,
you'll be
yeah, yeah.
singing, but you won't be
Yeah,
afraid
yeah,
because
yeah.
there's no one
No one
beside you.
you. Yeah.
You'll be singing and
That's really cool.
tapping, maybe talking with yourself. But sometimes the cars are passing by, they'll be honking and
Yeah.
they'll be trying to say hi to you.
Oh,
and
okay.
I really enjoy to say hi with them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I just have I had a journey like also walking from Hsinchu from our school
Yes.
to my home in Taipei.
Yeah.
Maybe in the first grade of my college life. So at that time, I really enjoy just walking along too, and also I sing too. So it's the time that I at that time I think I've just listened to the kind of the Les Miserables, the musical of Les Miserables. Kind of the 2 days before I went on that journey. So I'm just really familiar with all the songs. So all along the way when I'm alone and walking and there's no one beside me, I just sing. I just try to sing the musical songs and I Google the lyrics and just sing all the way through. And after that, I found that I just finished the whole musical when I got to some
Really?
point. I just sing over all the songs, and that's really interesting. So wow, that takes maybe 3 hours or something. All along the way, I'm just walking.
Maybe you are not
It's
singing
very-
a song. You are singing some spell like
Yeah,
teleports
yeah,
to
yeah.
Taipei.
And I just don't care about it since
Are
it's
you
just,
thirsty?
Yeah. I'll be thirsty. I will stop at some point, but
Yeah.
I just keep doing that thing, and I just feel like okay, sing.
It's so much easier in
Yeah,
Taiwan,
yeah.
though. You know,
Yeah, so much easier.
with like
I'll say.
convenience stores.
Yeah,
Like
you
every
just
corner,
stop
you
at
know.
every. Yeah, that's
You can
true. That's
stop
true
at
for me. I
everywhere
just
and,
stop at
you know,
every convenience
yeah,
store
yeah.
to have some rest.
And you get toilets
and got
everywhere.
toilets and got food, drinks, waters, everything I need.
You can also cheat with your bike a little.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a true thing.
So on your journey, you have to prepare your daily food on the
On the
road,
road.
right?
Normally there will be bars along the way, like in villages.
Yeah, yeah.
But like sometimes you have to walk at least 5 kilometers to reach the next
Yeah.
village. So you have to make sure you are not hungry. You have
Yeah.
enough energy.
yeah. Pick
to
some
continue.
sandwich or something.
Yes, yes. I
Like
ate
biscuits, maybe.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
How about water?
That's
I
hard.
mean, like water is.
It's I've been given advice that you should be drinking
Too much.
2 to 4
Liters.
liters of water every day.
But it's very heavy, right?
Yes, and I have to carry them.
Yeah, the water I think is the most heavy. Like it's very
The
heavy. stuff,
inefficient part of the
Yeah.
journey. Yeah.
Yes, but sometimes it's really hot. Although on the mountains it's cold sometimes, but
Yeah. But the sun is shining, right?
yeah, and I'm not always walking on the mountain. Sometimes I'm walking next to some fields like sunflower fields
Uh-huh.
or some wheat fields. So
Okay.
the way is really straightforward and the sun is really
Scorching.
Yeah, it's really
that's-
hot,
Yeah,
so-
that's true.
you have to have lots of water.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So is there you have kind of a strict discipline for you to drink water every how many kilometers or something?
I'll be reminding myself that after this song you should be drinking
yeah.
water.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
really that
And
is
you will
really
feel
cool.
that like what I gain from this journey is that I kind of get to know more about my body,
Yeah.
not only my mental like thinking, but
Yeah,
also
yeah.
my body.
body.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard a saying says that if you're kind of feeling thirsty, and that's actually you're dehydrating. You
Yes.
have become the.
It's already too late
You're
when you
already too
feel
late.
thirsty.
Too late.
thirsty.
Yeah.
So you have to
Okay.
drink some water before that
Yes.
happens.
yes.
Yeah. So, is there anything you want to talk about Spain a little bit more, or
Yeah.
is that all?
I would like to encourage people to walk, although it
Oh,
might
okay.
sound a
Uh-huh.
bit like dangerous to some people,
Uh-huh.
a bit
And
too
it's-
exhausted.
And a
Yeah,
foreign
yeah.
and a
Yes.
foreign place, an exotic place.
Yes, but
Maybe you can practice a little bit. Maybe walk around your hometown a little bit, and
Yeah,
then maybe
yeah.
get yourself prepared.
do
for,
some training beforehand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But there's something also really interesting. A fun fact is that I'm sometimes the youngest along the
Oh,
way.
okay.
Yes,
yeah.
because like you'll be finding out that there will be people in their 60s or 70s walking there, and they're walking
Oh.
faster than you.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to go on a journey like the Camino like me,
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
be great if you start
Start now,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yes, yes.
Being a young figure of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Among them.
Yeah.
One more question. Have you ever doubted yourself throughout the journey? Have you ever thought like maybe doubted your ability to maybe finish the journey
I have to stop
during
here
the
or something.
during the 28 days?
I've been doubting myself in the very first 2 weeks
Oh,
because
okay.
I've been walking with blisters for
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
like 9 days. It
Yeah.
really hurts. It's like being Little Mermaid when she lost her voice and walked on the land.
Uh-huh.
It really hurts. It's like I have to use I then use a needle, use a pin to pin it, and then
Wow.
she had the water
Oh.
You
out.
have to do
Yes.
some treatment
Yes,
and
to do
then
some
going,
treatment.
still going on. To
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
Wow.
keep on going on the other day.
That's
I've
really
been
hard.
So what pushed you through?
Yeah.
Maybe do you want to give
when-
us some advice? Maybe.
when I'm walking and when I'm hurting, I keep encouraging myself that it's just a process.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and
No pain, no gain, right?
to be frank,
Yeah.
Coca-Cola with a lemon slice is
Yes.
always in my mind.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's,
okay.
yeah, Coca-Cola.
Energy bomb of
Yes.
mind.
It's my
'Cause-
favorite drink.
Yeah, normally I start at 6 in the morning and then I will arrive at 12 in noon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the rest of the day I will be relaxing.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, but it's just like
Okay.
the first few weeks. But then I discovered that it will be
Too late for you. To get
it will
there.
be I
Too
will
slow,
be
maybe.
more it will be more enjoyable for me to just like stay in each village that I've been passing
yeah,
by
yeah, yeah.
to
Uh-huh.
like to sit and have a cup of coffee
Oh,
and to do
okay.
some sketch and to
Yeah.
talk with people around.
Okay.
So
half journey, half life.
yeah, so I started
pattern.
to arrive my destination at like 6 or
Yeah.
7
Wow,
At-
wow.
at night and in
Wow,
the
in
in
the
the
evening.
evening. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's a really good great
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
And that's the style of your journey just changes
Yeah, you
throughout
just
the process.
start to know yourself
Yeah,
more,
yeah,
and yeah,
It makes some change. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. So, would you like to share a bit about our journey, maybe?
Okay. You said like
Yeah, like
our
our
journey.
yeah.
Our own experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have an experience in like just deciding you want to go somewhere and then just go without thinking too much?
It's like what I have said. I just went. That's a 2-day journey from walking from our school to my home, and it's not too many time for me to kind of stop at some places and like have a tour. So I
Yeah.
just walk for like 30 hours or something, and I say personally, I feel the whole walking process make me more give me more understanding about the maps and the roads.
Mhm.
yes.
I can feel the roads. I can feel why the
Yeah.
roads are here.
You can
Yes.
feel direction, maybe.
Yeah, and actually, and I can kind of more understand about why ancient people just build village after village and road between roads,
Oh,
and why they
okay.
do all these kind of things. And sometimes we have to climb some hills and down some hills and pass. And there's a mountainside area I have to pass just through for walking for a long time. It's all climbing, but I started to admire that men invented something like vehicles, something like scooters, like cars. Actually, the true distance I went from Hsinchu to Taipei, it's just only take 1 hour if I just took the bus.
Yes.
1 hour, and I have to walk for 2 days, 30 hours or so. So it's kind of giving more feelings about the lands out under my toes, so under my feet, and I feel more about we sometimes took something for granted in modern societies.
Yeah.
So, that's the thought I have had throughout the process, and I will say it's a very harsh journey. So, yeah, I'm not facing a kind of a very harsh challenge. Yeah, there's a partner. I have a partner at the first day we walk.
Okay.
And to the Zhongli to Taoyuan, we have walked together to Taoyuan, and we have stay in a hotel for a night. And he also have some kind of injury, so he just
he quit,
dropped out.
right?
He quit, and
Okay.
he just took the bus home, and I walked along throughout the rest of the journey. So yeah, also a cool experience having a partner also having no partner with you. Yeah.
So what was the decision process? Like how
Ah.
like from you deciding to do this to actually doing it?
Actually,
Did it take any thought at all? Or no, right?
yeah, it takes some thoughts.
Okay.
At that moment, at that time, that's a week. I take the whole weekend, the 2 days. So after that week, I'm going to have a midterm of my general physics test.
Oh.
So actually, at that Friday, I decided at Thursday. So at that Thursday, I was studying my general physics, general materials, and I'm preparing for the exam. I thought it's boring. I felt that I have to do something. I have to have a walk, and I have a walk and meet that partner I go with, and we talk a bit about the journey. And she wants to go the journey first, and we talk about that and I think that maybe I can just have a walk and then back to the materials to study, and I can feel more. So I just decided to get on the journey.
Okay.
So it doesn't take a lot of thoughts or a lot of decision. I just go. So I just for some sneaking from the exams. So
Get away from
get
the
it from the
exams.
exams. So yeah, that's how I decided to do that kind of thing. So how about you,
Daniel, how about you?
Daniel, how about you?
Well, most trip I take are in Taipei
Yeah.
mostly.
Okay.
Normally I didn't make plan about my journey or my travel,
Okay.
so I just walk on
Randomly, maybe.
randomly.
Okay.
Maybe I will choose a direction all the way
Yeah.
and just keep move on.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yes, maybe.
So you don't have a destination. You
Yes,
just
I
go
don't have
randomly.
destination. Like there's a one time I follow the red light of the NRT. I just
line.
keep
Yeah. Keep walking.
keep walking. I start from the Taipei main
station. To
and keep-
Danshui.
No, to
Oh,
Shangshan.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So opposite direction.
Opposite direction.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And I would say that's still a long way too.
Yeah.
Quite a long way.
Uh-huh.
I just keep walking and explore something that I didn't discover before.
Okay.
Though my high school was near Taipei main station, but I don't really have the chance to explore
The rich
neigh-
people areas
the neighborhood around.
in
the,
the
in
Xinyi
the
district, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So I
So
just
how about you?
Like I always wanted to go on a journey, like with, like, do you know, we sometimes we like to take the train.
Yeah.
And we will roll the dice to decide how many stops
I've done that.
Wow.
we
too.
want to go, and that is something I would like to try.
Yeah, yeah.
But for me, I went on like a short journey to Pingdong over a weekend. You know,
Yeah.
I just decided I wanted to go there,
yeah, I've heard
to
that
visit my
before.
friend. and it was like 4.5 hours train trip
yeah,
over
yeah.
to Pingdong, and I lived at her house,
Yeah.
and then we saw a lot of great scenery over there.
Over there.
It's very different from the northern part of Taiwan.
Yeah.
There's a
very
lot
different.
of like the betel nut
trees, plantations.
and a lot of nature. You know, it's very interesting for
So
me.
you don't have nature here.
It's a little bit less.
A little less. Yeah.
In
Not
there,
much
it's like it's like combined with like the city. It's like half city and half nature, and yeah, and people there drive like very
Super
fast.
fast.
Yeah,
Super
they're like
fast.
long straight roads.
Yeah.
And then people will drive like drive very very fast. Yeah, and it's very interesting. I would like to drive there maybe one day. Yeah.
So make sure put an eye on the regulations. The
Yeah,
speed limits.
yeah. Don't
Yeah.
don't speed.
Don't
Yeah.
speed.
actually
Yeah.
Pingdong is also my mother's hometown.
Uh-huh.
So I pay a visit to Pingdong every year.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yes.
Do you like it there?
Actually, for them, the traffic light is just for decoration. They
Okay.
don't-
Yeah. It's a decoration.
They just ignore that and drive through.
Uh-huh.
It's more like I think it's more like a negotiation when you're going to the crossroad, and you will look at the other side of the crossroad, the other direction of crossroad, and you say, and if there's another scooter, maybe another scooter comes over, and will put it, see him or her there, and they will have a look at you. And you decided who want to go first, who want to go the next. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's more like that from in my memory. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's about it for today.
Yeah.
We want to do like a post podcast interview for all of our guests. Ask them how it went and how do you feel right now. Yeah.
So over the whole podcast today, recording today. So how do you feel about?
Do you have
this?
any maybe
Any thoughts or
reflections?
Yeah.
Feedback.
for today.
Yeah. Today was a long episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did like a straight 2 hours, right?
Is it the longest one ever?
It is the longest
Actually,
interview.
Oh.
Yeah. The last one we did was 90 minutes.
Yeah, about
Oh.
90 minutes.
So it's actually like almost the same.
Yeah. Almost. Yeah.
hmm
So how do
It's
you
something
feel?
that I really want to try this week is to record 2 episodes at once.
Yeah.
Like part 1 and part 2. Something that I would like to try.
So a new format for.
So I tried it today.
Yeah.
It was very good, I
So
think.
how do you feel? Is very tired or?
No, I kind of enjoy it.
yeah.
It's not midnight, by the way.
Yeah.
but it's like
It's a little late. Yeah.
I'm talking on the microphone and I'm looking straight forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can't really actually look eye to eye to people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of new to me.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
That's a
it's-
popular reflection for some of our.
Like I think for normal podcasts, they
Yeah.
have like they sit like across each other.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
with
yeah.
the table here, we can only do like
This.
this,
Yes.
this setup.
But it's like on the radio station.
Oh
so
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a little
very
bit
cool,
like that.
very
Yeah,
cool.
Really cool.
yeah.
Really enjoy talking with you guys.
I
We're
really enjoy
enjoying
having
too.
you on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
and
great, very great.
yeah, it was a really interesting talk. I think.
You're hearing a lot of stories.
Yeah, a lot of cool stories.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
actually encourages us to go out more.
Cool.
Actually,
Yeah. For having more
To-
challenges.
yeah, to be
for
braver,
ourselves,
maybe
braver.
a little bit braver. In
You three are really nice hosts.
no, we're just
Yeah, we're
trying
just trying
our
to-
best. Yeah,
Yeah.
we want to keep improving.
It's also
maybe.
practice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for being our subject
Thank you
of
very
this
much.
Thank
experiment. I would say.
Experiment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
That's
for
right.
those of you listening, remember to subscribe to us on YouTube. and listen to us wherever possible on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and all that great stuff.
Everything, everywhere.
Okay?
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week, right?
See you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.